Welcome to the Life on Tap podcast, where we hope you rediscover your potential so that you feel confident, clear, and independent. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years by putting others first, only to wake up in your midlife and find yourself lost in the shuffle? Girl, I have so been there. Let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new direction to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll talk confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindsets, financial hacks, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We will find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. This is your blueprint, your life untapped. I'm your host, Francine Rivera, lifestyle consultant and certified health coach. I'm also the founder of the Life Untapped coaching system, where you can earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Check it out at thelifeuntapped.com and grab our free mini course, The Guilt-Free Balanced Life, while you are there. Are you ready for your blueprint? Let's dig in. Hey, welcome back. Today we are still talking a little bit about exercise, but leaning more towards nutrition. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before. I know I've heard it a million times where somebody said, I never had a weight problem until I turned, and then fill in the blank with your midlife number, 40, 45, 50 years old, or the weight just doesn't come off like it used to. All sentences we've heard from our friends or perhaps even said them ourselves. The challenges facing us at this stage of life can seem so foreign, especially if you've never had a weight problem your whole life until now. Whether it's unwanted weight gain or the loss of lean body mass, bone health concerns, or other issues that occur during these years, there's much that we can do with nutrition to help these issues. So all hope is not lost, my friend. Harder for most of us, sure, but we are not defeated. We can remain healthy and stronger than ever. First, let's talk about why this happens. What are the culprits behind the weight gain? One of the most probably irksome challenges facing women in midlife is the unwanted weight gain that seems to occur when you really haven't changed your lifestyle. You're not really eating that much differently. You might be not that less active, but it just seems to come on where when you were younger, you were doing the same things and you just didn't gain weight. I think I heard it was around 70% chance of weight gain between the ages of 40 and 59. Now, primarily, it's hormonal changes that are responsible for the increase in body fat, especially in the midsection. Like, personally, I always had a flat stomach. I know, poor me, but and now all of a sudden I don't. So the female hormone estrogen begins to decline during menopause, the time during which a woman's body makes its natural transition to menopause. It can happen, obviously, erratically. It's not overnight, and it decreases further along with progesterone when menstruation ends. So perimenopause usually begins in a woman's 40s. These are just general statements. Everybody's different, but can begin as early as in even the mid-30s, according to the Mayo Clinic website. Menopause, by true definition, is when you do not have your period for at least 1 year, and that typically occurs around age 51. These hormonal changes increase the rate at which a woman stores visceral fat, which surrounds the vital organs deep within the abdomen, and precipitate the change in insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism, putting them in layman's term, just putting you at an increased risk of cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So research has revealed that changes at the cellular level causes menopausal women to store more fat with a diminished ability to burn fat. So, due to a loss of estrogen, fat is metabolized differently. Sounds horrible, sounds bleak, but hang with me here. Don't pause on the podcast yet. I'm going to give you some good news. This can all be helped with nutrition. After never having a weight problem my whole life, I'm at the point where I do have one all of a sudden, even after all my years in the health and wellness industry. So 2020 wasn't just the year of the COVID lockdown, but it was my first year of menopause, coupled with extreme family stress, less self-care on my part, and yes, that's my bad. I take ownership for that. It was the perfect trifecta to pack on those pounds. In fact, I always wore like a two-piece or a bikini until this year. This is the first year I just could not. Now, I get that some of you may not feel sorry for me, and I'm doing that in like air quotes here, since you may have had weight issues for a while now, and you're like, oh, poor Fran, she's just experiencing it now at age 56. But I'm just saying this, so I hope that my personal experience can explain just how fast the body can change. Obviously, some of it had to do with my nutrition and lack of self-care, but much of it had to do with hormonal changes because as far as I can remember, I wasn't eating that much differently. I was just, when you're younger, you're just able to eat the same stuff that you're eating now, but like it just didn't affect you. So research shows that estrogen therapy helps prevent some of these age-related changes. However, it's not always recommended for women because of potential adverse effects, such as increased breast cancer risk. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to get into this much at all, but it's very important for you to talk to your doctor about this stuff. Hormone therapy can be beneficial for some and not beneficial for others. So it's very important you talk to your own doctor. I'm just talking in general terms here. I know the hormone therapy can be beneficial for women who go through premature menopause, which is described as before the age of 40. For now, I personally have decided against any hormone therapy. All right, the good news is that there is a not-so-secret weapon that can help women fight the inevitable weight gain, and that's exercise. Yeah, I know, I'm mentioning that again. So physically active women who enter menopause are leaner than inactive women who have a decreased risk of developing diseases. Loss of lean body mass starts in the 30s and 40s. Yikes, right? But we don't really think about it then. After age 40, women lose about 1% of their lean body mass per year if they're inactive. All types of exercise, and yeah, there's that subject again. And if you didn't listen to my last 2 episodes, you're going to want to do that because I go through all the benefits of exercise, especially in our midlife. But it's important to maintain and build muscle, from cardio and strength training to yoga. For example, cardiovascular exercise such as brisk walking, jogging, heck, even dancing strengthens your heart and lungs and helps improve blood sugar, your insulin response, and it strengthens your large muscle groups, while strength training helps build lean body mass in the arms, legs, upper and lower back. Weight training or resistance training is essential, ladies. I'm going to make this statement, and I've said this for years. Ever go into a gym and you see a bunch of people, on the treadmill, and maybe you're a member of that gym for a while, and you're, the next year it's the same people on the treadmill and their bodies haven't changed because they're not in the weight room. Maybe they're doing both, but you could tell those who do both. At this stage, look, weight training is important at every stage, but especially at this stage, ladies, do not be afraid to lift weights. Okay? Get a session with a personal trainer to help you do it right, but lift as heavy as you can, as safely as you can. You're not going to bulk up. That's a myth. Don't even worry about that. Okay? All right. So hot flashes and sleep disturbances. This can all occur, right, during perimenopause, menopausal years. So along with your concerns of bone health, women in midlife can experience all these sleep disturbances as they transition to menopause. We spoke about that in the past too, how so many of my friends have trouble going to sleep, or if they go to sleep, then they wake up at like 2 a.m, or then they're up at 4 a.m for the day. It's probably more common than not to find women in their midlife have all these sleep disturbances. And good sleep is probably just as important as exercise. It's for brain health and all that stuff. So do not neglect sleep. Now, the decline in estrogen and progesterone, which leads to hot flashes in about 75 to 85% of women, contributes to insomnia. Hot flashes can disrupt your sleep because the body temperature dramatically rises, leading to night sweats, which can cause you waking up. Most women experience hot flashes for about 1 year, but I think a lot of us experience for many years. I've heard it. People say 5 to 10 years you can experience these menopausal side effects. Oh joy! I've had a few night sweats. Sometimes I don't even wake up from them. How crazy is that? But sleeping is my superpower. It always has been. I rarely have sleep disturbances. I don't know if it's because of my nutrition. I take the best supplements in the world that may or may not have something to do with it. I don't know, but I'm not getting off of them to experiment and let you know. So it's important for you to address these sleep issues because it's also going to affect your appetite regulation. It's going to elevate your levels of the hunger hormone ghrelin and decrease the satiety. Am I saying that right? The hormone leptin, which raises the risk of weight gain. Let's face it, when you're exhausted, you're not craving salmon and vegetables. Our nutritional needs may also change during these years, from needing extra calcium and vitamin D, but less iron due to no longer menstruating. Because of the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, weight gain rises after menopause. So choosing a diet rich in nutrients is key, as well as you want to be choosing healthy fats, lean sources of protein, low-fat dairy or dairy alternatives, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. And it's really important that you discuss these changes or any concerns you have with your doctor. Nutrition it's the key to change everything around. And it's highly personalized. So what's good for one person is not necessarily good for another person. Generally speaking, like I said, good lean proteins, quality fats, lots of vegetables, and whole grain carbs. Whole grains for carbs. I'm personally using the Cleanse Balance Build system, which has been in my toolkit for years now. With my recent move, I admittedly slacked a little bit from those supplements. Hence my slip, part of my slip from self-care this past year. I've slipped. I'm still taking the supplements, but not as religiously. There's been some days I forgot, or I haven't exercised as much as I used to, like I said. So that I take full ownership for. That is when I mentioned previously before that I've slipped from self-care and I'm just getting back on that self-care, boat again. But if you're not familiar with the cleansing the body and balancing your pH and hormones, building it back up with good nutrition, that's my Cleanse Balance Build system. Go back and listen to episode number 10, where I interview my friend Trish, who is a genius when it comes to this system. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me anywhere with the links below in the show notes or pop into our private Facebook community and let's talk. All right, until next time, my friend, remember you are worth it. Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.